Father's Day, what if it's not so happy? Father's Day, what if it is not so happy? This is going to be a little bit heavy, so I really, really encourage you to take care of yourself. If you need to pause, step away, do some deep belly breathing, drink some water, get some coffee, drink some tea, take a walk outside, stretch, whatever you need to do. Take care of yourself. This is very touchy because there are so many people walking around with daddy wounds. And I know mommy wounds exist too, but there's something different about daddy wounds that negatively impact our perceived identity, our views and beliefs about ourselves, our views about God, particularly as a dad or a father, and our view of men, especially the idea of a husband. And before I dive in, let me tell you a story. A close friend of mine calls me and shares a hard experience with me. She's at Walmart and she's trying to pick a Father's Day card for her father. And in that moment, she paused. She paused because she realized that none of these cards symbolized a relationship with her father. She began to secretly sob in the store, and as tears rolled down her cheeks, it was so clear to her that getting a Father's Day card was not so easy as she thought. As my friend tells me the story, I'm listening with compassion and I tear up with her because she's still tearing up as she realizes it's almost as if she never noticed how difficult. And this is not the first Father's Day that has happened, but for some reason she became super self-aware that this is really difficult for her. In fact, it was harder for her to pick a card for someone else who was like a father, but not exactly her father. I began to just listen to her and I say to her friend, I am so sorry. That sounds really, really hard. I may do several deep breaths throughout this podcast because I want you to hear me truly from my heart. I share this story with you because this is exactly the story that led me to do this podcast. Today is a great day for many, as many all honor their dads. And if you are, as I said in the beginning of the podcast, if you are an involved, engaged father, and I say that deliberately because not every man who has children is a father. That's ouch. I know that hurts. So if you are an involved dad, you are an involved, engaged father, I want to tell you that I honor you and I thank you for being a great dad and I wish you an amazing Father's Day. But can I tell you something? There are many people who today, and I record on Sunday, so by the time you hear this, it will be during the week or in the next couple of weeks. But today, for many people, brings about sadness, unresolved anger, unresolved hurt, because when they think about their father, they remember things like, my dad did not want me. My father left when I was 3. My father, he did not want a black child, even if he was black. My father chose the church instead of me. My father abused me emotionally, verbally. My father sexually assaulted me and told me that was because he loved me. My father was there for me. He was there in the house, but he never spent time with me. My father never validated me or even affirmed me. I never heard my father say, I am pretty and I love you. My father hurt me so bad and hurt my mama too. My father was murdered, or my father died when I was 18. So you see, Father's Day for many is like a shame trigger. And again, let me repeat.